Good morning, everybody. This is Hosanna David Foundation. The reason why we came here is to study about computer and its application. Microsoft Word, graphic design, web design, all of them are applications in what? In the computer. And you cannot know the applications of of a computer without first knowing what a computer is. So, what is a computer? So computer is an acronym. The name computer, common operating machine, purposely used for technological, educational research. But this is not the common definition. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that what accepts data. Oh, you know it. Oh yeah, get up. Me, I'm not saying anything again. Oh yeah, get up. Tell us.
Computer can be defined as an electronic device used to accept data, process data.
Okay, okay. Okay, amazing. So she's giving me two things that I really want. He accepts data, that is as input. Yes, he accepts data as input. Process the data, then the last one gives out the data as information. So this is what a computer does. It accepts data as input, processes it, and gives out the information. So that's just a simple way. Computer is an electronic device, or if you still go higher, you can say it's a programmable device because computer you program it. It's not just any kind of electronic device. It's a programmable electronic device that accepts data, processes that data you give it, and then turns everything to information. This is just a kind of computer. It's a phone, a mobile phone. This also is a computer. It's called laptop. So we're going to talk about the types of computer and the examples of computer. So all these are computers. Your normal phones, your iPad, this normal PC, the system like this, PC like this, your laptop like this. How is a computer useful? We've known what a computer is and how is it useful? What's the use of learning computer or knowing about or using computer?
The
Okay.
computer is useful because we use the computer to process some stuff, to make ID cards, to process other machine, fabric designing, graphics.
Mm.
That's what the computer is used for.
Clap for her, please. So, can anybody tell me any use of computer? Any other use of computer?
Like you can use it to carry out some easy minor job
Hmm.
which can serve as a source of income
Income.
for
Okay.
living.
Okay. Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him. Any other person? And I'll just give you some examples. One of the examples in business. You use computer in business. For example, you want to use for calculations and the rest. You use computer for it. So in the business world, you hardly see somebody without using anybody that is profitable in business without using computer because it makes work easy. It makes work easy, and that's the definition of machine. It makes your work easy. Another one is in education. There are some schools that they don't use pen and paper. They use computer to write. Not only that, in education in terms of research, you want to do research for school, it's computer. Even classes, you can conduct classes online with a computer. There's what they call Google Class, there's Zoom and the rest. Also in banking system, how many of us have gone to bank? Yeah. So you see in that desk, you always see a computer where the accountant stays. You always see a computer, they will input, oh, what's your name? You just give any teller, you just they'll give you money and you are gone. Computer is also used in training. I would have written this note or write all these things now. I would have write it in the board like this. But with computer, I just prepared a slide now, and I'm just tapping and the thing is going. Very easy. So now we've gone through what a computer is and also um, what are the use cases of a computer. So now we need to just briefly I will not really spend much time in it, but that's not the reason why we're here. But you need to still appreciate how the computer was made. It will interest you to know that computer started with a calculator. How many of us knows what a calculator is? And that one you just points 2 plus 2. Who can tell us the first calculator?
The first calculator is abacus.
Exactly, clap for him. Many of us know abacus, but we don't know like the first calculator. So that's the history of computer. It started with the calculator, and as time goes on, the new generation will improve on it. They will improve on it. Before it was not even called computer. This was what it was called. ENIAC or ENIAC, anyhow you want to pronounce it, which is electronic numerical integrator and computer. It was not just called computer, but as time goes on, they now begin to develop on it. And it was during the World War II. So as at now, computers now we have touch screen computers. There are a lot of companies like Nvidia and the rest that they are developing high computers. Even you, when you grow old now, you can develop more on the computer. The computer is simply divided into two parts: the hardware and the software. The hardware is the one you can touch. Yeah, the one you can feel, the one you can touch. That's hardware. But the software is those ones you cannot really touch. You cannot touch them. That's why it's called software. You can't touch, but you can see them. Is this an hardware? Is a lie. How is the hardware? Yes, because I can touch it. So let's go to examples of hardware. So in hardware now is divided into two parts. So we have the input and the output. What does input mean? An input device is a hardware used to pass data to the computer. That's what they call input. Then output now is the one you use to the hardware that you use to pass information out of the computer. So you use the input to pass in the computer, then output to pass out of the computer. An example is what? Keyboard. So this is a keyboard. This is a keyboard. So the reason why it's an input device is that when you type here, the information is passed to the computer. You understand? When you type, what's the name? Favor. When you type FAVOUR, right? When you type it in here, through here, it will enter into the computer. So it's input. That's a very very decent example of an input device. Anything you do outside, it will go into the computer. So mouse is to move the cursor. I will show you what the cursor is. But mouse is to move the cursor for those of us that don't know what the cursor is. Then we have light pen. So light pen is like a biro. Who can give me a biro? It's like a biro. So, but we don't have it here. But it's more like a pen. You can use it to write. Many of us have seen these big iPads. They do use iPad, this thing. Then those people that draw, that's why I said computer can be used for art as well. Those people that draw, they use light pen to draw. So there's a pad, more like, give me your book. There's a pad that is connected to the computer that anything you just do, it will show here. So as you are drawing, maybe you are drawing which person's face now? Okay, you are drawing Joy's face. It will be showing on the computer. You draw her nose, draw her teeth, it will be showing in the computer. So that's what a light pen does. Then we have webcam. Some, like my system now has a webcam. Has a camera here. So, but there's, for desktop it has an external camera. So this is the external one. They used to clip it here. During your exam, I think you see something like that during your WAEC. They might put webcam. They might, I don't know. But in some centers, they usually put webcam in all the computers to watch what the student is doing.